Hey, everybody. Welcome to the March edition of a Ducking Wrestling podcast. This month, we are watching Starrcade 1998, Kevin Nash versus Bill Goldberg for the WCW Championship. Y'all know that one. I'm about to go throw on my jersey and get online with a special guest this month. So we will see y'all on the other side.
Previously on a Ducking Wrestling podcast.
Raven rules.
Well, I mean, it's.
I don't think that was his saying, but all right.
No? Have a good
Well, hell,
time.
he's from he's the part of New
It's a nice day. It's a nice day.
Wait,
I fucked it up.
Which, by the way,
In the 90s, I was a Nitro girl.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the March edition of a Ducking Wrestling podcast. Here, once again, you got the big dog daddy sitting as the lead. And this month, we have a special treat. No Lathan, no George, but we got sitting over here. We got the original, the Gas Man. We got Mr. Jerry sitting in, ready to rock and roll. Jerry, what's up,
What's
bro?
up, man? Hey, how you been?
Just hanging and banging.
Good, man. Yeah, it's been a while. When was the last time I was on the podcast? I think it was maybe half a year ago or something.
Oh man, it was late last year. Yeah,
I don't even remember it.
Yeah. I think we were still doing kind of the old style where we were just
Mhm.
kind of talking about the shows and figuring
Yeah.
it out. But this
Might
month,
have had a couple of drinks. Who
yeah,
knows?
had a couple drinks, saw a couple things. You never know. But this month we are doing another watch along. We are kind of throwing an audible, and normally I will watch the pay-per-view first, take notes so I can kind of drive the conversation. But this month we said, fuck it. And we are both going to be watching this live as it goes. This is my first time watching this entire match. So we are going to be watching from Starrcade 1998. Goldberg
Ooh.
versus Kevin Nash for the WCW Championship. Goldberg's first loss, spoiler alert. I mean, it was 25 years ago, but whatever.
Yeah. If you ain't seen it yet, don't even worry about it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, then, what are you doing? It is going to be his first loss, and Jerry was the WCW guy, so this would have been prime Jerry WCW fandom in 1998. We would have been
13?
Raiders. Yeah.
13, right?
Yep.
That's crazy. I mean, this was all the rage, man. Everyone loved Goldberg back in the day. Or I mean, I don't know about everybody, but a lot of people liked Goldberg back in the day. He was exciting. He was a new guy.
I was a straight WWE, like I
know.
line. Fuck
Yeah.
WCW.
Okay, well, let me rephrase then. If you watched WCW, Goldberg was the shit. He was right. I mean, like he was the next big thing. Like he was unstoppable to this point.
Yeah.
Like you watched every week to watch him run down like a rabid animal, beat some ass, and then just hightail it out of there. Like it was crazy, man. Like I don't know. As a 13-year-old, it was cool to watch.
Yeah,
it might
no
be cool
doubt.
now. Let's watch it. Hell, I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt. And what's funny is I didn't even realize that Goldberg lost for the first time in 1998. Like I'm thinking when we're looking this up, I'm thinking, oh, it's 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Like
when did he start? How? Okay, so I'm not the wrestling historian. Obviously, I'm like I don't know much about anything. How long was the streak?
I honestly don't know. And the reason why is that they kind of fudged it. So there have been speculation on one side or the other that they like every Monday or whenever he would be on there or Thursday when they would do the shows, they were like just kind of making up numbers as a progression. Some
Makes
say
sense.
they were counting house shows. Some say they were only counting that they were making numbers up. But regardless of that, he was undefeated from, I want to say 1997 to this point.
Yeah, like a year.
Yeah,
And
something.
this was kind of in that Bischoff era, right? When he was like
Oh, this is
just kind of like
prime.
grasping at straws, like, you
This
know.
is this is prime Bischoff era where we're starting to get to the end of 1998 where things are going to start going off the rails
Yeah.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But what
So
a way to go out. I mean, I don't know. Everyone, not everyone likes Goldberg. A lot of freaking people like Goldberg.
and that's the thing that they've talked about in documentaries and stuff was by this point, people were starting to boo Goldberg. They were kind of getting a little bored of him and
Yeah.
everything. So
There's
it,
no conflict.
yeah, it's a weird time, but we're gonna get
Yeah.
right into it. For March, jersey of the month, got the creamsicle Mike Evans jersey. Still have not had a repeat jersey in the last year over a year now, I think, since I've been
God
doing
dang.
the different jersey every month. Have not repeated yet, so we still rolling.
You got to get a new XFL jersey. A new
I
XFL jersey.
I have an XFL jersey.
No, you got to get another one.
Oh, I need a UFL jersey.
No, not the UFO. I'm talking about do you have He Hate Me?
No, but I do have a Las Vegas Outlaws jersey.
Okay. All right.
I
That's
do.
fair enough.
I do. That I bought in Las Vegas right before they started the league. I was on vacation with the family in Vegas and at Caesar's Palace found and my parents bought me a Las Vegas Outlaws jersey that
Okay.
still fits to this day. I wore it. I wore it on one of these.
Oh shit. Well, I'll count it then. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. So before we get started, we're going to take our first of two commercial breaks, get those in, and give us just a minute. We'll be right back with you for the timestamp.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back. Too Hard, Too Fast. Where we go off the rails and George has to worry about it. So here we go.
Find Too Hard, Too Fast podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, if you're going on to the Peacock, go on there and search for Starrcade. Starrcade, we are looking for 1998, so it is season 16 of Starrcade. Scroll all the way to the 2 hour, 24 minute, 29-second mark to get this bad boy going. Jerry, Senor, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, everybody, we are coming into this bitch in 3, 2, 1, and play. Mine didn't play. Now mine's playing. All right, here we go. All right, so we got.
I'm in the future.
We're coming into this. We got Michael Buffer in the ring. We talked about this before in an episode with Lathan and George that to me, like Michael Buffer always brought some legitimacy to the announcing for the main event of WCW. Like, I don't know why, but to me, it always felt special.
Yeah. Well, he had it. He had his thing, the "Let's get ready to rumble." Like even his brother with the "It's time." Like,
Yeah.
it's great, man. Like it's great. It gets you amped up.
Could you imagine that? It's like they ask the mom, like, "Oh, what do your sons do?" Well, they say shit and get paid a lot of money. Like they're on.
I don't hate it.
On the radio? No. They just say like 4 words each.
Yeah, and he looks like Mark Summers. Like he's not like a tough guy. He's not an intimidating guy. He just says one thing really well.
Yeah.
What a life.
But he does have an awesome little pompadour going, 1998 style.
Oh, he does.
Look at that little salt and pepper on the sides.
Mm-hmm. I ain't got none of that.
I was gonna say you don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about. I never will. I like the tux, man. Are those pinstripes? I think those are pinstripes.
Oh, dude, yeah, good call there, man. That's wow.
Sick, man.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
I don't know if this is still done, but I miss the old like 80s, 90s things of like making a poster and taking it with you. You know,
Yeah.
nice wholesome shit like "Suck It," you know,
I'd rather
things
be
like
in
that.
China.
Yeah, yeah. What happened
Yeah.
to that?
You know,
Like,
good.
there he is, big sexy Kevin Nash.
There was a
Goldberg, what does it say? Get ready to rumble. It's
there was a
Captain America.
sign on SmackDown either last weekend or the weekend before. There's a female wrestler named Tiffany Stratton, and somebody
Mhm.
had a sign that said it's Stiffy time. I was like, damn, that made it on TV. Well, here we got Kevin Nash coming out. And I think, if I remember correctly, he's using he's Wolfpack at this point, which
Yeah. What
I
was he?
don't know.
Was he? He was Diesel prior, right?
In WWF, yeah, he
That
was
was okay. That was later.
no earlier. So he
Oh, that
came,
was earlier.
yeah. So originally he started out in WCW in like the early '90s, and
Yeah.
went over to WWF, became Diesel, which was Shawn Michaels' bodyguard, and then branched out and became champion and kind of rolled with it. And WCW under Ted Turner made him a money offer that he's like, I can't turn it down. It's like half the days I'm wrestling with WWF and like twice the money.
Honestly, like lucky guy because like you don't put your body through half the crap
Yeah.
that like his partner at the time was what Razor Ramon, and look at all the crap he's like. I mean, obviously, God rest his soul, but damn, like could have
Yeah.
been him.
Yeah. Well, and then, I mean, shortly after, it was Nash who brought over Razor to become
Yeah,
Scott Hall. I mean, and they went together like peas and carrots. Uh,
he taught me how to dangle.
and then one day they shot him. Oh, and then we've got the Goldberg music
Ooh,
fire.
look at that old school Troy Aikman jersey.
Oh, that's so sweet. And it's Nike too. Damn. That's that old style where for a little while the Cowboys started putting the name under here, just saying Cowboys. And they
Yeah.
for some reason they changed up and did that. 1998, when Cowboys fans still had hope.
Mm.
We're only 3 years removed from a Super Bowl. Still had all the good players.
Okay, so wait, Cowboys won in, I know we're going off the rails, 95, right? Was the last year?
It was the 95 season, so 96 was the
96.
game. Yeah. So we're 2 years removed from the actual Super Bowl game, but we got Goldberg coming out here. And answer me this, if you can remember. I, for some reason, have this memory that the reason Goldberg had the security around him was that at one point, like, he randomly got attacked in the back. And from then on
Like a fan? Was it a fan?
no, it was in the storyline, but then I don't know if I may just be having a Mandela effect on this that
I
happened.
have no idea, man. That's way back in the day. I don't know. I
getting a
have
little
no idea.
getting a little in the weeds for you on this one.
Yeah. I remember snapshots. Like this is all like I may as well be watching this fresh. Oh, look at the sparks. I remember that.
Yeah. I always and that was one thing I always thought was cool was the sparklers there, and like he would breathe in and just hold that shit
Yeah.
in his lungs
That's insane.
so that he right here he could breathe out and have the smoke and everything come out. But is there anything more classic than the fucking big gold belt? Like that thing is
Yeah.
so damn iconic in
Yeah. Heck yeah.
like you either and what's weird is in the entire like length of WCW, I will always associate that belt with Goldberg or Hogan with the spray paint.
Right. I don't know, man. There's something about the whole entrance. Like it feels more like modern MMA. Like you feel
Yes.
like you almost feel like no, this is a fight. This that no one's acting. This isn't bullshit. This is you're about to watch a fight.
Yeah.
And I
It's
feel like I
actually
don't know if wrestling's lost its grit or if it's just me being an old guy, but I don't know, man. Like this feels like we're about to watch something
yeah,
different.
that's a fair point, man. I really it is kind of like modern MMA with them coming out with their posse
Yeah,
and
yeah,
celebrities and stuff. I mean, I know with like Goldberg, it's security and everything,
right.
but
Yeah, yeah.
still, yeah, you're right. That was kind of an interesting like foreshadowing of everything. But we were talking in before the we started the show about how Goldberg's starting to get booed, right? Like people are kind
Yeah,
of turning on him and stuff. Have you noticed all of the damn Nash and NWO signs in the crowd? Like
yeah.
people
There's a
almost seem
ton.
like they're on like Team Nash in this match.
It's more fun to root for the bad guy. I mean, it always has, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I was always a Wolfpack guy. Like, and it always felt like, NWO versus Wolfpack was like the status quo versus like the gritty up and comers. You want to root for the underdog, I guess. And I get, in a weird way, Nash is kind of the underdog here, but he's Wolfpack, yeah?
Yeah,
So he's got all that momentum behind him.
yeah, he's
So
got
it's like
there you go.
it's pretty fitting. Like he's part of this like underdog team. He's this big tough dude. Like who else better to end the run? And I didn't see it coming as a kid. I was kind of heartbroken, honestly. Spoiler alert: Goldberg's gonna lose, guys.
For those of y'all watching this for the first time, because you subscribe to a wrestling podcast that reviews old wrestling stuff, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch along with the what?"
If you remember this match, your back hurts. Probably worse than Goldberg's.
if you remember watching this match as an adult, you need a prostate exam. Go ahead and schedule it.
Oh my god! It's funny. I was just thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, my dad made that comment. He's like, "Oh, you better get your prostate exam scheduled." And I'm like, "I'm not even 40 yet. Like, fuck."
Like, hey, Dad, it's been a while. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for bringing that up. How are you?
Right? As they get back from their cruise to the Bahamas and Mexico. Oh, have you gotten your prostate exam scheduled? Fuck.
That was the first thing you thought of?
Oh, we got Goldberg here. We're getting a little slow and methodical. Goldberg not exactly known, and I guess Kevin Nash neither, known as being big technical wrestlers.
They're
Goldberg,
Titans.
yeah. Oh, good little pickup there. Goldberg was strong as shit.
Yeah.
We were,
Dude, the jackhammer, you were just
yeah,
holding, man. That was
yeah.
crazy.
We were talking about this before we started recording, and Jerry asked, who was the strongest wrestler, and he said WWE, WWF, which obviously
Which,
Mark
in
Henry.
hindsight, is a stupid question. Yeah.
But it came out, it's like, other than Mark Henry,
hmm
who would be one of the strongest wrestlers? And I mean, right there, Goldberg hits a back body drop on Kevin Nash with relatively ease. Now,
Dude, well, he's like 7 foot, man. He's 7 foot, like 300 plus pounds. Yeah.
yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Nash. Like, that's crazy.
Now,
So it's like, he's not just heavy, he's awkward as shit.
right.
Like, how do you pick that over your head and balance it?
Yeah. He's like 80% hair too. So like that's going
Why do we keep going back to the fucking herd?
because we don't have anything else.
Bullshit. You know what? That's why. Team Goldberg. I didn't know it at the time, but I know it now.
Is it just because your beard probably looks like his nalgas, or
Yeah.
that's why
Plus,
he
we're
wore
both
black
Jewish.
trunks?
Goldberg, gotta be, right? Is he?
He is.
Is
Oh,
that
he's absolutely like pretty legit Jewish. Yeah, he lives in
Is he
Bernie.
really?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. He lives in Bernie.
No, he does not. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He moved a
dang.
few years ago, and his son plays college football. I can't remember where, but
Well, that's not shocking. Goldberg played college football, yeah? Well, he
Goldberg
went
played
pro.
NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he went pro.
yeah, he played for the Atlanta Falcons when he had hair. We got Kevin Nash with the big leg up there, choking out. Oh, look at that! See, I mean, right there, like Goldberg just starts walking, and Nash
Yeah.
loses his balance.
Just choking the dude on the floor.
Go to sleep.
What kind of move was that? That's just assault, brother.
You follow it up with some pepper. What's the first part called? Assault. I like my violence like I like my beer. Domestic.
God. So hazy in there.
Yeah, I think it's from the pyro. Like, honestly, I think it's from the pyro. It's gotta be. I can't remember what match it was. It was a WWF match they did indoors, and they did a shit ton of pyro, and it got so damn smoky, like, you could hardly see the ring. Oh, we got Goldberg knocking Nash on his ass here.
Hey, is it just me, or were matches a lot longer back in the day?
I've thought about that before. I don't think so. I think so when you look at this match, it's pretty slow paced, right? Because you got two big guys. They're not going to be quick. They're not, most matches will tell a story. So last month we watched Hell in a Cell, Cactus Jack, Triple H.
Right.
Again, two big guys that in the match, it started out slow and it really crescendoed to a point and then came down, and it was really good pace. Oh, was that a spear?
I think it might have been.
It was like the most awkward like spear ever. Man. But we talk about the pacing of the match, and matches like this in WCW with guys like this, unfortunately, look at both guys are like sucking air, and we are like 14 minutes in. So not a short time. I don't know what just happened there. Did he hit him in the dick? Yeah, he did.
I have no idea what that was.
Goldberg just fell.
It might have just been fatigue. I don't know. That was really weird.
That was an awkward, like...
That was like nursing home stuff.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
This match is sponsored by Life Alert.
They both have it around their... If they had a match now, that's what they would need.
It's a chain. It's a chain.
It's my bling. Hey, Goldberg pulling himself up there. We got Nash coming over, and a little...
Yeah, it is. It's a little slow. Yeah, that's...
And it's... Look, right there, like... Nash is a strong motherfucker, and right there, I think he almost dropped him. Yeah, I think that's the thing is it's well known with Goldberg, like, you're not gonna get a long methodical match out of it. One of the most notorious matches that at some point we're gonna have to review was Goldberg versus William Regal.
Oh, wow.
And they told William Regal, like, go out and have a match with him. And the best line when Regal was interviewed about it years later, they asked him, and Regal's like, I can't wrestle myself. Like, I'm trying to, like, it's so awkward. And it was kind of that moment where they knew, like, okay, this dude's not going to be able to get in there, throw down, have a methodical wrestling match. It's going to have to be boom, boom, spear, jackhammer, and we're out. At least Nash had the mind to tell a story.
And I know there's a lot that goes into it, right? Like, there's characters and like there's storylines, and like all of that development is crucial. But if it just came down to like your wrestling ability, why is it that a guy like Goldberg gets remembered and a guy like Dean Malenko doesn't? You know what I mean? Like, is he just that forgettable? Because he's inarguably the better wrestler. Like, the dude's one of the best technical wrestlers ever. But no one remembers it. I mean, wrestling fans obviously do, but like your typical, like someone like me, like, you know what I mean? Like, why is that?
Well, I think the problem with somebody like Malenko is he got roped into the cruiserweight division. He wasn't somebody who was big as a luchador like Rey Mysterio or Juventud Guerrero or Eddie Guerrero or any of those guys, he didn't have the best personality.
That's
You have
might
a
have been
guy,
it.
yeah, you have a guy that you kind of compare him to wrestling ability wise is like a Chris Jericho. Chris
Okay,
Jericho is one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, but he also had the personality that just
right.
blew him up. And
So you
Dean
can't really
Malenko,
argue that he was like caught in the middle because Jericho would have been by all accounts too, but he just had the better personality.
well, I think Jericho got out of WCW early and got into WWE about a year before Malenko, Benoit, Guerrero, and Saturn went. So I think
Saturn.
he had some time to develop better. But oh, good little power slam by
Ooh.
what was
No,
that?
no,
That was
no.
a
That was
weird
two.
little check by Vicente Fernandez, who's the referee there. Uh, look it up, kids. Oh, that's a little attempt at like a weird drop spinning heel kick.
Who the
So
hell is this?
is that the Disco Inferno?
Oh, it is.
Oh, look at him. Oh,
Why?
hip
Oh,
toss into the
he
ring.
was. Ooh, he was Wolfpack too. Yeah.
I think he was trying to be, but they never
Is
like
that
let
Bam
him
Bam?
in. Oh, look at Bam Bam Bigelow. Boom, boom, boom. The
I feel
Beast
like
from Ashbury Park.
Bam Bam was one of those guys that just kind of did anything. Like that dude put his body on the line like crazy.
Oh, wait, here it is. Here it is. Here's the moment.
Oh, that's it.
Ka-ga! Kid cattle prod.
Dude, that's crazy.
How does it that like the other like security guards aren't like, hey, did that security guard looks awkwardly like Scott Hall?
I'll allow it. And you know what's funny, man?
Look at the crowd. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
don't mean to interrupt you. Look at the crowd going ape shit over this. Look at them.
yeah, yeah. Well,
One, two,
because
and three. Goldberg has his first loss, and look at the crowd. We were just saying, like, people getting kind of fed up with Goldberg.
so yeah. But I mean, like to this point, that streak was unprecedented. Yeah.
And
And
it depends on what you recognize, because honestly, I mean, you had Andre the Giant, who went way longer. But
okay,
did WCW recognize Andre the Giant? You had,
right.
you had Bruno Sammartino, who was WWF champion for like 4 years or some. I mean, maybe even longer than that. No, he was way longer than that. He was like 8 years or something. He was WWF champion. So yeah, it depends on what you recognize. But
Hmm.
yeah, you've got so into the match. You've got Kevin
Was
Nash standing tall, Goldberg. I don't know what he's.
flailing around like a crazy person. Now, I've never been hit by a cattle prod, but I would imagine I wouldn't react like that.
Right in the titty.
Why is there no shit in the ring? Like, dude, like you got hit by a cattle prod. Hey,
Look,
yo,
look,
look at him, dude. Razor Ramon was great.
he was. He was. He man, and it's sad with him. Like he had finally gotten to a point where his life was right. He was off of everything. He was getting healthy and just couldn't couldn't come back from it, man.
Yeah, it's sad, but I think that was like
Look, he kicked out
peak
right
for
there.
him.
Goldberg, like his shoulder came up while he was
Well,
twitching and shit. Good job, mijo. Put your hands up. So we got the end of the match there. We got Nash standing tall with the Wolfpack logo. And that is actually the end of
that's
that
it.
review. Wow,
It's
that's
a
the
little anticlimactic.
a little
The cattle
bit, man.
prod.
A little bit. Well, let's do this. We're gonna take our last commercial break real quick, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna have have a little talky talk about it, and then we'll get it wrapped up. We'll be right back.
Hello, wrestling fans. This is Fanboy Dave. Catch myself, Big Kev, and Jeremy from Brothers of Discussion weekly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and any other platform you use to listen to your favorite podcasters. We talk about WWE mostly and have a real good time giving our takes. And every now and then, might throw a little shade at AEW. So hope you give us a shot. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome back, everybody. So I can't help but notice, Jerry, you look a little disappointed there, man.
I remember being disappointed the first time I watched it because the streak was over. But yeah, just the cattle prod, fucking cattle prod. Like, that's the best you could do. Like, this was an epic streak. Like, whether or not it was the greatest thing ever, it was the newest thing. It was a wave that you were riding as an organization, and you ended it with a fucking cattle prod.
Yeah, I think you're echoing just the full sentiment of people from back then. It looks like in the crowd and everything, and hindsight being 2020, it looks like everybody was more than okay with Goldberg losing, but I think you're right. I think it was the way he lost.
Yeah.
And I know it's really hard. One of the things that makes what we do as a podcast difficult is we're going back and rewatching stuff from our childhood that we have fond memories of. And now we're watching it as adults and we're like, oh, you know what? That really wasn't as good as I remember it.
Yeah.
It's not up to par. Like you honestly right now look like somebody just shitting your Cheerios. Like,
yeah, it's a little disappointing, but it's cool to relive it. And honestly, like, as much as I loved Goldberg, I really loved the Wolfpack. So I almost wish that they would have just said, "Hey, beat him legitimately." It would have been believable. He's a shit brick house of a human being, Kevin Nash. You're saying he can't beat Goldberg? Of course it would be believable. It's not like they didn't get some like little 5'0" guy in there. Like, it's Titan versus Titan. Why did they have to do the cattle prod? It cheapens it.
Yeah, the only thing I can think, and putting myself into that position is as the person who's doing the booking, you want to get several matches out of this, right? It's not going to be a one and done. So
Right.
now Goldberg has a gripe. Like, well, you didn't beat me. The fucking cattle prod beat me. And so they can go into the next match. But I also think that with the way that people were turning on Goldberg, WCW management didn't want Kevin Nash to go over clean because now you are giving Kevin Nash more of that push that you really don't want him to get. You want Goldberg to have that push and to be the babyface going in. You want Nash to be the heel. If you have Nash go over clean, all of a sudden it's like, well, what's the point of the next match other than, hey, I should get a rematch?
Yeah, and I mean, I guess maybe they weren't supposed to be like the big rivalry. You know what I mean? Like, I guess the WCW still had the big rivalry at the time was NWO versus NWO. It was bigger than just two guys, and Goldberg was just kind of like the wild card that was beating the hell out of everybody. So I don't really know. Maybe they were trying to do too much, and this is just a case of them like not really knowing what the hell to do next. So they were just like, "Bleh, cattle prod, boom, done." Like,
I mean, that's what I do in my life.
Cattle prod.
Yeah,
that
like,
used to be a shirt.
Meh, cattle prod. Like, damn, I don't know which cereal to get this month.
Oh. From Angelina Jolie's dad in Anaconda. He looks just like him. Razor Ramon looks like freaking Angelina Jolie's dad in Anaconda. Go watch it.
Isn't that John Voight?
Yes.
Yeah, he does. He's got the scar.
And he talks like him too. I swear to God, like his whole like either John Voight watched him or he watched John Voight for their role because it's the same fucking guy.
That's funny because all I can picture is that scene where like what's her name? Jennifer Lopez is like kind of like washing up and like cleaning, and they cut over to John Voight and he's just like,
He should have flicked a toothpick at her. That's the only thing missing.
oh shit. All right, well let's do this, man. Let's go ahead and give me a 1 to 5 rating and give explain why the rating is what it is. And now keep in mind, you're looking
Okay.
at this as 40-year-old Jerry versus 13-year-old. So we're
Damn.
looking at it now. Take the nostalgia. Got to take the nostalgia out.
Okay, so 5 being the best, 1 being dog shit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with my gut and I'm gonna call it a 4. Only okay, but I can't take the nostalgia out of it. That's why. Okay, if I took it all if I was just grading it objectively, it's a 2. I mean, come on. They look like geriatric patients out there. Like you saw it yourself. Like they fell on top of each other and just rolled around for a good 30-45 seconds. Like people paid to watch this shit. You know? You're supposed to be a peak athlete. What the fuck was that? So, but from a nostalgia standpoint, it's a 4. From my current standpoint, it's a 2.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Could you imagine like if my kid now was like and it was still in that style where it's like, "Oh, can we buy this pay-per-view?" Well, how much is it? Well, it's $40. This is 1998 40
Yeah.
bucks, not 2025 40 bucks.
That jersey would have been $40 in 1998. And that was a lot of damn money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If she or my son wanted that and we saw that match, I would walk straight into their bedrooms and go to their piggy banks and be like, "This is mine now." Like,
Bold of you to think there'd be $40 in those piggy banks.
oh, I know for a fact my daughter has over $200 in her piggy bank.
God dang.
Yeah, and every time we're at the store and she's like, "Can I get some ice cream?" Bite yourself. I mean, well, I want a cake pop from Starbucks. Could use your money, damn.
Pay the electric bill first.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
I bought her a $9 cake pop one time and she took one bite and she's like, "I don't like it."
Oh my God.
I was like,
Why
fine.
do they have
Please.
$9 cake pops?
I don't know if it was that much. It was at Starbucks and freaking Target. We had gone to get a birthday present for somebody.
Probably pretty close.
Yeah. And I was like, I'll eat it. I don't care. I don't care how terrible it is. It could be made for the viewers. I don't like yellow cheese. They could have fucking like taken just a blob of American cheese and plopped it on a stick. My daughter would be like, "I don't like it." I'd be like, "I'll take it." Like
You gonna cry in the car.
the whole time. You're like, $9. All right. Well, I'll give my rating on this. I kind of feel the same with you, man. So this was my first time watching the match from beginning to end. I kind of know the backstory, know the history of it because I'm more of the scholar when it comes to pro wrestling and stuff. And I 100% agree with you, man. 13-year-old me would have thought this was one of the best matches ever. Like Goldberg versus Nash with a crazy ending. Man, that's awesome. I'm looking at it now for my first time, watching it all the way through. I'm giving it a 1.8.
Cynical.
I can't, man. There was so much to it, like watching it. I mean, you saw Nash go to pick up Goldberg on just a sidewalk slam, and he's like dropping him.
Yeah. Yeah, you got like 1 or 2 spears. Nothing crazy. And this was during a time where people were getting like thrown through tables and there was barbed wire and like this is supposed to be a big match. Like
I wouldn't
it
even
felt
compare it. I wouldn't even compare it to those, man. I mean, you look at
well, you can't, but I'm saying like that was happening. Like
right. I mean, you look at it.
where's the pageantry? Like what is this shit?
Right. I mean, you had that moment where you and I are both watching and we're like, "Oh, did he just spear him? Or was that he just kind of like fell over on him? Like, what the hell just happened here. So yeah, that's my rating. That's how we gonna end it. Everybody, thank you so much. George and Lathan, fuck you guys. I don't care if it's your wife's birthday or not. Jerry, my brother.
Hey, man, thanks for having me.
Thank you, sir, for sitting in and watching this with me so that we can get some content out for March. Everybody, we'll see you in April. We got WrestleMania coming up. We also got somebody's 40th birthday coming up next month. So we will get with y'all next month for a WrestleMania themed match. We're going to find something hopefully better than this one. But we will get back with y'all. Jerry, again, thank you very much. Listeners, watchers, we appreciate y'all. Holla at your boy.
Thanks for having me.